Hey, Nadya here with NadyaMelton.com. Welcome. We're going to have some fun. So this is an outsourcing workshop. I hope you're ready. Hey, we're going to discover the secrets to hiring help for as little as $3 an hour. In case we haven't had a chance to connect, if you're maybe just coming across my website, I do coach people who crave a business and a life they love. And as entrepreneurs, we all get started in our business so we can create that income, we can create that quality of life. But a lot of times, most of us get kind of sucked into maybe doing activities that we should not be doing. And also potentially we have a never-ending to-do list because we wear so many different hats in our businesses. So here's the thing. I got started in business for myself at the age of 19, and at this point I've built network marketing business, and my husband and I have had tremendous success to the point of reaching, the second highest level in compensation plans and building teams of tens of thousands. And we've also diversified. We now do a lot of businesses online. We have a traditional insurance company. And can I tell you that if I didn't outsource, I'm telling you, I don't think my mind would be sane today. So I'm so very grateful that the revelation, let's say it like that, hit me a couple years ago, where I finally was ready to give up control. See, up until that point, my motto used to be, if I want it done right, I want to do it myself. And that mindset kept me working 24/7 to the point where I felt guilty hanging out with my family because I had all this stuff that I had to do. Now, the revelation was, if I don't have to do it, it's better. It's not about perfection, it's about results. And then I really started to research. I started to see, how can I think globally? How can we build a team that's international? Because today we live in a world that's global. Technology has connected us like crazy, and now we can find incredible talent globally at pennies on the dollar. So I'm so very excited that potentially you're ready to have that same conversation. You're ready to give up control of those non-income producing activities so you can put your energy, your talent into activities that A, bring lots of enjoyment to your life, or B, bring income to your life. Okay, so you are absolutely in the right place if you are an entrepreneur who suffers from that superhero syndrome that we just talked about. If you want to make more money and you want to work less, hello, it's all about lifestyle, #YOLO. If you're ready to go to that next level, you gotta realize that you cannot do it alone. You can have it all, but you cannot do it all. So let's talk about a couple different myths, because for sure that also kept me in my little box of not wanting to outsource. Number one, I can't afford it. Well, today I'm gonna show you tools, I'm gonna show you systems and ways to do it for very, very cheap. And also get the quality, right? So I'm a huge fan of getting a great deal. And so that also comes to, building a team. How can we hire great talent, but not spend a fortune, right? Also, I can do it myself or faster myself. I want you to start massaging your thinking that you not doing it is better. So if you did a task at 100% quality and then you could outsource it to somebody else and they did it at 80% quality, that task at 80% quality is better than you doing it at 100%. Now, I am referring to activities that, again, are your non-income producing activities, okay? All right, so also VAs are going to make mistakes, and that's okay, right? Some of them in the very beginning, and I'm gonna give you some of my secrets on how to really hire great help and how to really train them, because usually there's a little bit of a disconnect where you feel like people should just read your mind maybe, and when they don't deliver exactly what you wanted, then it could be frustrating, right? So we're going to talk about some tools and how can we make this process very smooth so you and your VAs are on the same page. Very important, and that's going to avoid mistakes and all that good stuff, okay? And of course, a fear or myth about you won't be able to find someone to do what I want them to do at a level of quality. Hey, all of those are myths. It's really just your brain telling you to stay inside your comfort zone, to continue to work until you're exhausted and all the energy is sucked out of your life. And that, my friend, is no way to live. So let's move on from those and let's talk about what we can do today to make you more money and to free up your time. So here's what we're going to cover is how to become clear with what to outsource. I want to help you with that. How to outsource for as little as $3 an hour or $5 a task. 3 types of outsourcers and how to find the best ones, and how to grow and manage your virtual team. Let's jump into it. So what to outsource? Let me ask you 3 questions, and I want you to think about that. I want you to take a screenshot picture of this. Maybe write it down if you're taking notes. I am a huge believer in taking notes because anything that's worth remembering is definitely worth writing down. But here's 3 questions that I want you to think about. Number 1, what drives you in your business? It's so very key that you align yourself in a way where you're working in your area of strength. Very, very important. And that's what's going to bring you joy. That's what's going to get you up in the morning. And so I know for me, a couple years ago, I got myself to a place in business where I lost my vision for what I was doing because I was doing these activities that were just exhausting me, right? Which question number 2 is what drains you in your business? So for me, that was admin tasks, right? Or like literally I would be yawning through my nose because it's not what I should be doing. So it's interesting because your body is so awesome. It'll give you signs. So if you have that anxiety is a sign that we got to do something about it. So what is it that drives you? What is it that drains you? And question 3, what are you avoiding in your business that you should be doing? Okay. So here's another big one. A lot of business people, I now coach and train people specifically in the area of their branding, branding conversation, marketing, and a lot of business entrepreneurs, they are so busy doing the wrong activities that are non-income producing activities, and then they don't have time to actually focus on their marketing. And as an entrepreneur, as a CEO of our businesses, our job is to expand. Our job is to work on our business, not in our business. Our job is to bring income into our business. So we need to think about these 3 questions, right? So the next thing I want you to do is we're going to think on paper. I want you to make a list of everything, and I mean everything that you do on a weekly basis. So this could be, laundry. This could be grocery shopping. This is, anything that has to do with your kids, with your marriage, every little thing from Monday morning until Sunday night. Let us write it all down. And this is actually a great strategy for whenever you feel overwhelmed in your business and you to the point where you don't even know where to begin. You need to realize that, again, our brain, actually it's interesting because our brain tends to overwhelm us. And so it's interesting that happens once you actually sit down and write everything down on paper. And now logically you can look at it. It's not that bad. Then you can actually focus on solutions. So you go from this emotional state into logical state. So, it's very important to manage those emotions, and you cannot be emotional and logical at the same time. So let's think on paper. Let's write everything down. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to highlight your top 2 to 3 income producing activities in your business. What is it that makes you money? We need to highlight those activities, and then we need to outsource everything else. And this, for me, when I actually did this exercise, it took multiple times from different people to kind of hear a similar message. And once I actually sat down and did it, can I tell you, I almost fell out of my chair. Like, it was so eye-opening because it was now so present to me what I was doing. That was a complete waste of my time that I should have been outsourcing for years and years and years. pretty crazy, right? So that's the first thing that we want to do. So once you have that list, here's what's going to be what's going to be really exciting is you're going to clearly identify the types of jobs or the type of outsourcers that now we can focus on, focus our energy to find. Now, there's going to be two types of jobs. We have offline jobs, so any job or task where geographical proximity plays an important role, and we have online jobs that can be performed anywhere in the world, which I love that because we can hire incredible talent globally, and that's how I've chosen to do. So 3 types of outsourcers. We have ongoing, for an example, a virtual assistant. Like this is somebody that you're going to bring on, initially maybe just 5 or 10 hours a week just to put your feet in the water. If you're a little bit nervous, if you have that anxiety about giving up control, hey, that's a great place to start, but it's going to be an ongoing outsourcing type of job. Now, the second one is project-based. So an example could be you need some graphics done for your website, or maybe you have, an event coming up and you need some planning, whatever the case might be. Number 3 is automated software. So this could be a capture page system. If you have an online business, this could be an autoresponder, email marketing system, different systems that you can surround yourself with to outsource. So for an example, follow up, especially if you are a network marketer. Oh, this I guess is true for any business, right? So the biggest one is you gotta build your list, and then you can have an autoresponder system that you have that helps you follow up with people. So, there's different things, different ways that you can surround yourself with people, with systems, so that way your precious time is focused on income producing activities. Okay, so let me give you a couple of resources for offline outsourcing. There's taskrabbit.com, Craigslist.org, or maybe think about some local schools, maybe some what is it called when you hire students, internship. Maybe that could be something that would fit alongside your business. So, and these would be for tasks like cleaning or photography, shopping, accounting, video work, writing, event planning, okay? Online resources, I want to recommend to you, ta-da, my number 1 resource that I absolutely love, and I've been using this website for, oh my goodness, maybe 3 years, maybe more. It formerly Odesk, now it's Upwork.com, a global online work platform where businesses and independent professionals connect and collaborate remotely. And here's what's beautiful is you actually create a profile, very much like you create a profile on Facebook, okay? You create a profile, and when you hire, and I'm going to show you some, and I'm going to give you some tips, but when you hire help on Upwork.com, they also have to go through verification. They have their profile with them, and actually you pay Upwork. Upwork pays your workers, right, your outsourcers, and the outsourcers have to log in through Upwork system, and that system actually keeps track of their work. It takes snapshots, so that way they can help you verify that, yes, these are the hours that your outsourcers are working, and they're kind of like a nice middleman, type of platform to help you manage it all. So I absolutely love it. So this is great for general managerial tasks, WordPress, customer service, research, long repetitive tasks, admin work, and much more. Literally, your imagination is, you could go wild on this platform. There's so much good stuff on there. Also, there's a couple other resources that I want to recommend your way. Fiverr.com. This is quick and easy. You can outsource for as little as $5 an hour. And to be honest with you, the hardest part of the transformation for me was I was so afraid to give up control because I wanted things to be perfect. I wanted things to be done a certain way. And to kind of get my mind on the same pace with my mission, I actually started with Fiverr.com just to get my feet wet, to kind of learn this whole process. So great little resource. Check it out. I would tell you when you're looking at different categories, see how they have graphics and design, online marketing, writing, translation, all the different tabs. I always look for recommended and then high rating. And it's awesome because you can see reviews. It's kind of like Yelp. You can see customer reviews and what are people saying about their work. So kind of check it out, make sure that before you hire someone, everything, is on the up and up. All right, 99 Designs, the #1 marketplace for graphic design, including logos, web design, design contest. Now, this is going to be a little bit more pricey, but if you are ready to really upgrade your brand, this is a great place to go. So logos, WordPress themes, social media templates, book covers, product images, banners, promo material. So I wanted to give you that as an option. I wanted to give you Fiverr.com as an option. Me personally, now I do everything through Upwork.com, but initially I did start with, remember we talked about per task type of outsourcing. Another good one is Swiftly.com, and this is a tool that I use. Here's what's pretty good about it, is it's only $19 a task, and so they delivered the work in less than an hour. So you have professional designers, they'll create graphics for you. I usually use this tool if I need a graphic for a Facebook ad as an example, and I want something that's really sharp, and that's something for me. Graphic design is so much fun. I'm not very artistic. Maybe I shouldn't speak that, but here's what I know about myself is usually if I try to mess with it, time flies because I really enjoy it. So I have to catch myself that, what, if it takes me 2 hours to create a graphic, I mean, my time per hour is way more valuable than $19 per task. So this is a great little tool that I definitely wanted to pass on to you. If you are a network marketer, I'm a huge believer that you gotta build your list. I got started in network marketing at the age of 19. I'm 35 today. It scares me to think how many people that I exposed to the business that I wish I had their contact information today. But it is what it is. So what I say is you got to have a system to be able to capture names and emails of people that you're exposed to your company. So if your company doesn't recommend a capture page system, here's a great system you can take a look at called myduplicationacademy.com. Actually, my husband and his business partner co-founded this system, and they have generic funnels. They also have company-specific funnels. They have, the autoresponder that's included with it. They have capture pages. They have a contact manager system. So really awesome. It comes also with like a webinar type of platform, conferencing. So it's a suite all-in-one for network marketers. And I find this to be really powerful. So if you are in need for a system, check it out. And I think they have a trial where you can try it for $1 for 7 days, test drive it, and see if it's something that could really help you, organize your contacts and help you follow up and do all that good stuff. Okay, now reality check. There is no such thing as a super VA that will do everything that needs to be done. So I want you to think about, what are the different categories of the tasks that you have right now that are time suckers, that you don't enjoy doing, that are not bringing you income. Have different categories that we can potentially surround you with different people to help you take that on. And I'll give you an example. Okay, here we go. We have general virtual assistant, we have web developer, graphic designer, internet marketing VA, SEO, content writer, video editor, app developer. So those are just a couple different examples that you want to think about potentially that could fit into what it is that you're doing. General virtual assistant. I believe every entrepreneur needs a GVA. Actually, one of my mentors said, if you make a 6-figure income and you don't have an assistant, you're crazy. Then I heard another internet marketer say the first year I hired a virtual assistant was the first year I made 6 figures. So it's interesting. So there's both sides of the coin, right? If you're not yet making a 6-figure income, you gotta have it. And if you are making a 6-figure income and you don't have an assistant, according to my one mentor, you're crazy. So I really do believe that I guarantee you right now that if you made that list of everything you're responsible for, you have a minimum of 10 hours right now that's being wasted on time-sucking activities like admin work, right? So I want you to think about it. And here's the good news. It's really, really affordable. You can hire a VA for as little as $3 an hour. It's a great way to get started. And here's how I want you to think about this. If you have 10 hours a week that you now outsource to somebody that loves it, so now see how you are saving your precious energy instead of wasting it on activities you don't enjoy. So now you outsource it to somebody that loves it, and let's say it's costing you $50 a week to do so. Now you can take those 10 hours and either enjoy your family, you can travel, you could, live large, or you can take those hours to make more money. See that? That's pretty awesome. So start with 5 to 10 hours a week. Highly encourage you to do so. So let's talk about how do we find you a virtual assistant. So I could be biased, but I absolutely love this platform, Upwork.com. You can find your assistant there. And here's how the process works. Basically, you're going to post your job or a project that needs to be completed. So you're going to create a job on Upwork.com. So first you're going to create a profile, then you're going to go ahead and set up your job. And the more specific that you can get, the better. And it's going to really help you with interviewing. So, and of course, now that you have your list of all the tasks that you do, you could literally take the words from that list and put them onto the job. But remember, I want you to think about categories. So let's talk about the admin type of activities for now. So we're going to create a job. The second thing that's going to happen for you is you're going to start getting offers from freelancers. Then you're going to go through and sort out the best candidates. You're going to interview. You're going to award the job. I highly recommend that you stick with Philippines. Philippines, such an amazing, amazing culture, great people. Most of them speak perfect English, very, very diligent, very respectful. I love it. Actually, 3 out of my 5 virtual assistants are in Philippines. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set project milestones and we're going to begin work. And this is where you're going to start getting your life back. This is so very exciting, right? Okay, so let me give an example here. So I posted a job, and this is a little bit outdated, okay? But I just want to give you an example. I was very specific. I said I need a virtual assistant to support husband-wife CEOs, daily to-do list, and see how I actually listed some of the activities that I felt were draining for me, that I wanted to be able for somebody to come in and help me with it. Now, important, I put I for details, excellent English reading and writing, ability to clearly follow instruction, high level of organization and ability to prioritize self-management and initiative. And then what's awesome is when you're creating a job, Upwork will actually help you with filling in the skills required. And as you can see here, I had 33 people that applied. I interviewed 2 and I hired 1, okay? Very simple. So this is what posting a job looks like. So again, the more specific that you get, the better. I would recommend for you, okay, so a couple things I want to point out. Number 1, desired experience level. I don't recommend that you do entry level. So chances are they're just getting started. Matter of fact, I don't recommend hiring somebody that has 0 Upwork hours, meaning they haven't even worked on the platform. I like to look for people that have minimum of 100 hours that they worked, because now I also can read the reviews from previous contractors that hired them. And they also have a rating. So every applicant is going to have a rating from 0 to 5. So it's going to really make it very easy for you to sort out pretty quick. Stick with Philippines, stick with 100 plus hours, so use intermediate option is what the way that I like to do it personally. And another thing that I really like doing here is I like to add 5 additional screening questions. So what is it that's important to you? What kind of person do you like to work with? And then ask them some questions here, because I also like to test their English skill set when they respond to those questions. And I make it mandatory for them to include a cover letter and include the answers to their questions, okay? So here's some critical criteria: ability to speak English, so you can, of course, communicate effectively, have access to a computer, and reliable high-speed internet. So that's a good question potentially to ask when you're creating your job, to make sure they're not working out of a internet cafe or something, right? Also, work hours based on your time zone. So I want you to think about, do you need this person from 9 to 5, or are you pretty flexible? The way that I run my team is I don't need them working when I work. So, and I actually, one of my VAs, one of my favorite guys, Eva, so he's been working for me for 3 years, I want to say, and he does all of my, back end, like website stuff. So I literally can email him before I go to bed, and when I wake up in the morning, it's done. So really cool, but I want you to think about that. Okay, so when hiring your VA, look for enthusiasm, work ethic, desire to learn, and quick responses. Review the feedback from other employers, as I mentioned, before you hire somebody or, go to interview them. Review their portfolio to be sure you like the work they've done, especially if you're looking to hire somebody for graphic design, a web development, or somebody to help you with your WordPress blog. Look at their portfolio. So that's a great indicator whether or not you're going to be on the same page based on the type of work that they're used to doing. And take the hourly rate listed with a grain of salt. Okay, so here's what's going to happen for you is, let's say the profile says they're looking for $10 an hour, but then if you scroll down a little bit, it'll actually list their previous jobs and potentially their open jobs, and it'll tell you what kind of money they're making per hour right now. So that way you can then go in and negotiate. So take it with a grain of salt, negotiate your way in there. So zoom in on 3 to 5 candidates is how I usually like to do it. Then message each of them to schedule a Skype interview. I actually only use Skype to manage my virtual team. So I love to do it. So then you want to choose potentially 2 to 3, assign a simple task to check the quality of the work, so then you made the right decision in hiring your person. So I know it could be a little bit overwhelming, right? Because I'm going through a lot of information pretty quick, but I promise you, you just got to take it one step at a time. And the uncomfortable in the beginning pays off over and over and over again. And it's going to make you sharper, see? Because when you are forced to organize your thinking in the 1, 2, 3s and ABCs of what somebody else gets done, I promise you, you're going to become such a better CEO, because again, in order for you to grow bigger, you have to be able to give up control, you have to be able to outsource, you have to be able to teach somebody else to kind of be your protege, if you will, okay? Now let's talk about building your virtual team. Let your VA know that they can come to you with any questions or problems. Really important, because your virtual assistant, they want to please you. They want to bring you great work, and they might be a little bit intimidated in the beginning. And so you want to make them feel comfortable. So I also recommend that you set up a system maybe where they report to you in the beginning every day. What did they do? What did they struggle with? And then as you learn to work together, that can now be weekly reports, okay? Be sure to give them clear instructions and feedback. This is so very key. The clearer you are, the more you're gonna love to outsource. So you have to be crystal clear, and I'm gonna show you some tools that I personally use to be sure that I'm very, very clear at communicating. And also, here's another side tip: have your virtual assistants go through training programs that you've potentially bought. How cool is that? So I love that there. So, and I actually put my team, or most of them, through the training programs that I buy to be sure that we are on the same page. Let's talk about tools of the trade. So Jing is a fantastic tool that allows you to simultaneously screen capture. You can also do audio and video recording, making your instructions and goals simple and clear. So, I love doing little, and you can record a video up to 5 minutes long, which is perfect. But that way you can show them exactly what they need to do. Click here. This is the folder. Do you know what I mean? Here's what I'd like to see happen. Or maybe, you're doing graphic design and they did, a change on the website, or a change needs to happen. Well, it's hard to sometimes explain it into words. So you can take a screenshot of the screen and then you can point arrows, you can type text, please move this here. Do you see that? So you can show them on the screen by drawing arrows, by writing text in there. So Jing, I love that tool. Dropbox is another good one, or Google Drive, right? One or the other. And this is a document sharing program that keeps everyone on the same page. I'll give you an example. So when John and I record green screen videos, I put it into a shared Dropbox folder that I have with my video editor. And so that way he pulls the videos from our shared Dropbox, he does the video editing, and then once he's finished, he actually shares the videos with me via Google Drive. Okay, so that way you don't have to worry about sending huge attachments via email, and it helps keep everybody organized. And Skype, we talked a little bit about it, but I believe it is the best means of communicating face to face with your global staff, and that's perfect. Is that cool? So those are tools of the trades. Now, if you want to dive a little deeper, here's a great book that I love by Chris Ducker. This is really the ultimate blueprint on outsourcing. Really good read. You can pick it up at nadyamelton.com/freedom. And this is Virtual Freedom Book, How to Work with Your Virtual Staff to Buy More Time, Become More Productive, and Build Your Dream Business. Congratulations. Voila. Here's what you learned. How to become clear with what to outsource. How to outsource for as little as $3 an hour or $5 per task. 3 types of outsourcers and how to find the best ones. How to grow and manage your virtual team. All right. So this was my message for you. I sure hope you found this video ultra valuable. And if you did, if there were some big aha moments that you had during the training, can you jump in the comments below and leave me a comment? I love to see your feedback. And also, if you're not yet a part of our incredible community here at nadyamelton.com, you'll also see a link somewhere below this video where you can actually become a VIP community member and actually have some gifts that I put together just for you. So check it out, so that way you don't miss very important updates, tips, strategies to help you take your business, your marketing, your branding to the next level, so you can enjoy a business and a life you love. So thanks again. Have an awesome day, and we'll talk soon.